Everyone, I am out today on the Grey Wolf River Trail in Olympic National Forest. Out for 1 or 2 nights, depending on how things are once I get to a good campsite. Beautiful day. I think it's close to 80 degrees right now, which is fairly warm for here. But clear skies, and looking forward to another great adventure. So far I've passed a few people, and everyone masked up respectfully as we pass. And once everyone's in the clear, take our mask off, go about our business again. And just keep my mask in my pocket. When I see someone coming up ahead, I'll pull it out and put it back on. First bit of this trail looked and felt like southeast Oklahoma. I'm originally from Oklahoma, moved here to Washington coming on 5 years now. It's a muggy day. Oklahoma's always really super hot and humid in the summertime. Not nearly that hot, but almost that humid. But over the last quarter mile, the terrain has started to change to look more like the northwest, starting to get some elevation change. You can hear the river now. I can't wait to see it. Just stumbled across the first set of campsites. I'm gonna aim for the second set, but we'll walk around and explore these. Well, I believe I've found a place to make camp. According to All Trails, this is the last of the set of campsites along the trail. But I'm still gonna get set up, and then once I get set up, I'll go down and finish the last mile of the trail just to see what's down there. Then come back and start gathering firewood and settle in. Looks like this is home for the night. So you might notice during the setup, I tried to hang up my new continuous ridge line. It's orange dinghy with a Dutch hook and a Dutch wasp. It's going to make setting up my tarp a lot easier. Problem is, I kind of knew better. I think it's only 25 or 30 feet of zinget, which would be fine in most places, but our trees here are pretty giant. The gap between these trees is pretty far already. Then factor in the diameter, it's just not enough. And I was so sure of myself, I left my 50-foot line of paracord I've been using as my ridge line at home, thinking, oh no, I'll be fine with this. We'll find out. So I'm not going to do a rain fly on this trip. The weather's supposed to be okay for that. It's not supposed to rain, but we are in the Olympic Peninsula, and that can change. And that's probably going to determine how the rest of the trip goes. But we should be okay. We'll find out. Worst case, I throw the tarp over the hammock in the middle of the night and get through it. Time to finish setting up camp. Now that I've got camp made, I've got everything set to go for a fire tonight. Got my water filtered, got the beer cooling. I think I'm gonna go explore the last mile of this trail, so should be about 2 miles total, there to the end and back. Be about time for dinner by the time I get back. So I thought this was maybe the end of the trail, but I passed some people on their way out. They said they went up that and said it just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing. And I'm not seeing any trail on my map, so I'm gonna skip that. The end of this trail is supposed to be right around here, but I'm gonna keep going just a little further. All right, the trail just kind of disappears here, so I'm guessing this is the end. I'm gonna turn around and go back to camp and probably make dinner. So I hiked down to the end of the trail and back. Pretty uneventful, but glad I was able to cross it off. Back here, it's I think it's around 5:30. Brought my old-fashioned, like I have the last couple trips. It's time to have a post-walk cocktail. Cheers. Pretty good. Stupid fly. bugs are pretty oppressive. Mosquitoes are already pretty bad. I imagine it's going to get really bad in a little bit. I haven't dealt with bugs like this since my trip to Banff and Jasper and a few other places in Alberta. So, time to get set up for dinner. Tonight for dinner, I'm having chicken and dumplings. This is my second attempt at making dehydrated backpacking food myself because of the virus. A lot of the Mountain meals are hard to find, and when you do find them, they're like $3 or $4 more expensive than normally. They're already a little expensive, but now they're pushing, like $10-12 for a single meal. It's just getting ridiculous. Plus my favorites like mac and cheese and chicken and dumplings, I can't really find. So I've got a cheap dehydrator at home that I got from Harbor Freight a couple years ago. So I took some canned chicken, homemade biscuits that I made, and I crumbled them up, and then also some peas and carrots. Put them in the dehydrator, let them go for a couple days to completely dry. Put them in a food saver bag along with a white gravy or country gravy packet. So we're gonna see how it tastes. Hopefully it wasn't like a waste of resources. Hopefully it's good. Not bad. The flavor's there. The biscuit's a little more mushy than like in the Mountain House would be. And the dehydrated chicken, I've let it rehydrate for about 30 minutes in this pouch that I've got that I made, and it's not chewy, but it's not perfect. But that said, it's pretty good. It turned out honestly better than I thought it would. So I'm gonna enjoy this along with my barrel fermented Pilsner from Fort George in Astoria, Oregon. Probably one of my favorite breweries of all time. Just a really, really solid beer. After that, I'm probably going to crawl into the hammock, relax a little bit, and then start the fire in a bit. I forgot to record this, but I learned this from another YouTube channel called My Forest Hobby. She's in Russia. She's doing some really cool stuff, really fun videos. The stuff she cooks is really awesome. But anyway, just paracord around the tree, grabbed a twig for a toggle that allows me to keep my pack up off the ground so I can easily get into it, go down where I need without having to scrounge around on the ground. Anyway, I think that's pretty neat. Well, it's the morning. I had a terrible night's sleep. This is the worst I think I've ever slept in the backcountry. Had really bad stomach cramps all night. My knee hurts really bad. I don't know what's going on. I went to sleep feeling fine, but I fell asleep probably around 9 and woke up about every 30 minutes after that with just horrible stomach cramps. So they're still going on. So I think I'm gonna call it. But I might change my mind by the time we get to the end of the trailhead and pick another trail, but we'll see. Anyway, gonna skip breakfast obviously, and start breaking down camp here in a minute, but I'm just gonna take a few more minutes to soak in the views and listen to the river. Since I went to bed so early, I ended up not needing a fire, so whoever the next campers are, they're going to be set up nice and well for a reverse fire with kindling and everything set to go. That rock along there, it's probably hard to tell from this video, but it's really pillowy. It's because it's called pillow basalt, and it's formed whenever lava cools underwater. So one time this was all under the ocean. Pretty cool fact. earlier I mentioned that I had a hard time sleeping last night. Felt like I was waking up every 45 minutes, but I also had a lot of really crazy dreams. One of which was about our dog, Frodo, who passed away 5 years ago, later this week. He's a really sweet little dude. Occasionally he'll pop back into our dreams. It's been a while since I've seen him, and man, it was really good to see him again. He was so excited. He showed up with my wife and our other dogs. I was like, oh my God, where'd you find Frodo? I forgot where she said he was at, but he just ran, jumped in my arms. It felt so good to see that little guy again. He would have loved it up here.